Okay, thanks VMAC. Hello everyone, hope you're having a wonderful Sunday. My name is Alnak. Today we're gonna be running Star Wars Super Empire Strikes Back for the Super Nintendo. A very rough game, so we're gonna try to make it as quick as possible. So the first thing we're gonna do here is try to, put it on easy difficulty, which by no means is this gonna be a walk in the park. This is one of the hardest games for the Super Nintendo, so we're gonna try to, and especially for the speedrun, so we're gonna try to make it easy for us as possible. Okay, so the begins in 3, 2, 1, go. Alright, so there are two main things I need to talk about this game first. The first one is that this game is quite laggy. It's usually when there's a bunch of enemies or in the screen, it takes a nosedive. So most of the strats here is try to despawn enemies first. That's one of the things. Also, blaster shots also produce lag in the screen, so there's gonna be a few screens that are gonna be super laggy to try to make platforming through that. The other thing is that this game has power-ups. Like, even though this is Luke Skywalker, we're gonna use much of my lightsaber, only my blasters, because they're stronger. So the first thing we're gonna do here is that we need to grab power-ups, which are important for the run, and each of them upgrade your weapon. There are 4 upgrades, and we need to grab those right away from the beginning in order to kill enemies and bosses as quickly as possible. So we just grab the first one, the flame, and now we need to grab the other ones. And this is very important because it's going to carry over to the next levels in the run. And if you die, you start from the weakest power up. So that would be pretty bad. Alright, so the things I'm doing here to reduce lag, one of them is moving my camera upwards. That's going to allow it to skip some animations. And also, I'm trying to not kill many enemies in order so they don't spawn. I just try to ignore them. Okay. So this is the second game from the Super Star Wars trilogy. This game is pretty much adaptation of the second movie, Empire Strikes Back, which a few differences. Let's say that the developers they took some liberties in order to design this game. So, for example, the boss fights, you're gonna see them right now. So it's kind of tricky to try not to die. That's the main thing about this game. Usually, in a good run, you need to try to do this deadless. Worst case scenario, you're supposed to do 80% of the run without dying. Right at the end, if you die, it's not much of a huge issue. But if you die in the very early stage of the game, then you lose a bunch of time trying to grab again your power-ups in order to go fast. So we're here in the first boss fight. This is a Wampa, which you don't see this in the movie. There are gonna be a couple of things that you don't see in the movie at all. For this guy, this big guy, there's a safe spot here. You stand over here, and the ice bridges not gonna freeze you here. And you can see the enemy goes down pretty quickly. This is because of the blaster power-ups. If I had only the very first level, that fight would be very slow, very slow. Alright, so we'll leave this place. Now we're right out downtown. In the first few levels, they are set in half. We need to grab this downtown and trying to move around this area. Ooh. Let me just kill this guy. This guy's can be annoying. Body blocking is a huge thing in this game, and as I said, if you die, we're gonna be in big trouble. There we go. But now you're gonna just play with Luke. So most of the levels you play as Luke Skywalker with your lightsaber, although we are not gonna use it a lot. We're gonna use a blaster because it's faster. And later on, we're gonna see other characters from the movie, like Han Solo and Chewbacca. So This is the main difference with the other games from the Super Star Wars trilogy, Super Star Wars and Super Return of the Jedi, is that in those games you can select which characters you want to play in each stage. You don't have the liberty in this game, you are just locked with a single character throughout the game. So the first levels in the run are pretty self-explanatory. It's just running around and trying to get to the end. And there's a few things that I'm gonna be introduced later on in the run. Those things are random. Sometimes they make you float all the way up there. And it's completely random, so I got unlucky there. There's a bunch of randomness in this game. There's a few things that if they happen, it's gonna make you save a bunch of time. Otherwise I'm gonna make you lose a bunch of time. Health management also is the main thing in this game as well. You are super low in health and you're gonna have a hard time trying to finish the levels. Luckily though, each enemy drops a little bit of health, so in worst case scenario you can just farm these enemies over and over until you refill your health bar, which is the lifesaver that's in the upper left corner. And that's the stage. Alright, so that's like the end of the cave levels. Now we're gonna head towards like the Pro Droid, which is one of the boss fights. There are 2 boss fights in this game, and here's when RNG comes in handy. In this game you can drop a certain power-ups of things that can help you. One of the things, like for example shields that make you protects you from damage, and also another thing called the thermal detonators, which are very useful. I didn't get it there. We're gonna see it later though. The detonators can actually kill every single enemy in the screen, and if I had gotten there, I could have just killed this guy like right away without having to fight him. That one. So this is the detonator. If you press X, you can just kill everything that's on the screen. So those drops are completely RNG, and sometimes you can get lucky and get one before a boss fight, and in some of the boss fights you can kill them instantly. So it's kind of a random factor that happens in this game, and that can make you go faster. Alright, so that was the first boss, and now we're gonna fight with the bigger probe. It was underwater. Sometimes he spawns like closer to you, so it's faster, but I got unlucky there and he spawned like far away. That was the faint face. Oh my goodness. Alright, the eel that was jumping in the water there almost blocks like most of my shots there. Alright, so now we're heading towards the Battle of Hoth. This is a very cool level. But first we need to like cross this area, and this area is completely RNG. Sometimes you can take a ton of damage and sometimes you get lucky. First of all, I'm gonna jump over that spider thing, because if I jump over it I can despawn it, so it's gonna stop showing up and I can just slide freely. That's another thing. In this game you use a slide in order to go faster. That's easier than that's faster than just running straight ahead. So you try to use it as much as possible in the run, when the terrain allows, of course. Now this is an auto-scroller. One thing you do here, and you just keep spamming my shots. What I'm doing is I'm just despawning the enemies or killing them off screen, because as I said, if enemies shows up in the screen, that produces a ton of lag. So it's better to try to just shoot like this and try to know, so you avoid this enemy showing up in the screen. Alright, now the first hard level in this game, the Battle of Hoth. There are 3 phases. In each phase we need to kill a certain amount of enemies in order to progress to the next one. So for this one I need to kill 10 bison and 10 probe droids. And aiming with this thing is kind of hard. Yeah, it's kind of hard to see where to aim. As I said before, if you also shot, also produces lag, so I cannot be spamming my shots all the time, otherwise the game gets laggy. So I need to try to be very accurate with my shots by doing a single shot and killing the enemies. Okay. once I kill like 5 produce, the bikes start showing up here, and so I need to kill like both of them. Now the bikes take priority over the pro droids. There we go. Also, it's important to try to be to not lower my health, because for the next phases, otherwise for the next phases it's gonna be pretty hard to kill certain enemies. Another random thing is that these bikes can run over you, start crashing towards you, and they do a ton of damage, so let's try to know that. Let's try to avoid that. Alright, now we are in the second phase. We need to kill this ATST, and they are very tanky, they have a huge amount of health. So we are gonna try to not run over them, because they do a ton of damage if you crash into them. Okay. So it's a flat surface, so I can just try to kill them in one pass here. I can do a bunch of damage here. Go. So to the left, this is the guy over here. And the guy over here. This is also an RNG. Sometimes the ATST are lined up perfectly, and you can just kill the 4 or 5 of them in just one pass, and you can finish this phase super quickly. We didn't get lucky there though. Alright, one more left, and then we're gonna go to the AT-AT. You know, if you saw the movie, you know what's gonna happen next. There we go. Alright. So with this guys, just like in the movie, we're gonna use our tow cable here and just do some laps in them. Sometimes you can get very unlucky here, and some of the bikes gonna crash into you, and you can lose your cable, and you have to redo the laps again, and that's a huge tunnel loss. So I do the 3 laps. I wait a little bit here for the AT-AT to start his time dead animation, because if I go to the next one super quickly, I despawn it, and it doesn't count. I have to do like 1 extra again. There we go. So 2 left, and then we can just continue on the game. So this level is like super RNG heavy, and it's like the first like roadblock when you're trying to grind for a good time in this game. Okay, this is the last one. 1, 2. Okay. I don't know if you guys have played Shadows of the Empire, and that game takes a lot of inspiration from this game, because there's a sequence that's pretty much like the same like this one in that game. There we go. And now we head towards the AT-AT. So this is another like vehicle section, auto-scroller, and once again I will need to kill the enemies off screen, otherwise if it starts showing up in the screen it produces a ton of lag, and I lose time like this. So this is one of the levels where if you play in the hardest difficulty you're gonna die a lot here, because the enemy do a ton of damage. I never finished this game in giant difficulty, much less doing a run of this. A couple of bosses are very, very unbalanced, to put it lightly. So as Seagulls is about to finish, I'm gonna crash my ship, and I need to go straight to the AT-AT. That's very helpful. There we go. So now you start sliding. As I said before, sliding is faster than just running straight ahead, so I do that. Here you see my lightsaber. As I said before, you don't see much of the lightsaber, except for like the final part. Okay, those enemies can be annoying sometimes. They start throwing grenades at you, and if they caught you mid-air, you're gonna just bounce back and just fall off, and you have to do the climb all over again. Alright, this level is pretty cool. As I said before, you are supposed to... another thing you can do here in this game is despawn enemies by shooting before they show up. And you like learn the positioning of enemies. You can do that very consistently, and that can make you save a few seconds. So we have to make it through this corridors to make it to the top of the AT-AT, and then we're gonna have another boss fight. There's the last corridor, and we came towards the boss fight. Now we're outside, and we have to fight like the head of the AT-AT, just like in the movie. In the movie, like Luke just throws a detonator inside of the AT-AT. Here, just kill everyone inside, and then go to the top and destroy them in the head, and just went quickly. Once again, because of using the plasma, the power up, and saving it. And now we are playing with another character, Han Solo. And just like Luke, it has a not a slide, it has a roll animation, but it's pretty much the same. This makes you go faster. Oh my goodness, this is terrible RNG. The flames can make you lose a bunch of HP there. Okay, I'm gonna farm some life here, because otherwise I'm gonna have some issues later on. Those flames show up randomly, like sometimes you can like lose a bunch of HP as I just did that. Oh, I just killed them. Okay, we can just continue. Alright, so this level is it's very easy to get lost. Like there's a route you have to take. It's not a straightforward stage. So you have to learn where to go here. Use the elevators here. So this one's to up. So in the event that if you die, you need to like power up again your blaster. There's a few sections where you can like find the blaster power ups. Alright, so here. To remember here, even in Steel to the Spine, I get lost here sometimes if I'm like going autopilot. In here, and now we can just finish the level. There's a few mini boss fights we have to do here before getting to the boss of this level. Which I think is okay. And here I'm gonna introduce another glitch, pretty cool. It's called the I don't know how it's called, but pretty much you fire while doing the crouch animation. You hitbox. It's still in the rolling animation, so if a shot, you can like your hitbox pretty much compressed, so pretty much you can like avoid some shots without taking any damage. That was another fast fight. I don't even know what I'm thinking is, by the way. As I said, some of the enemies they took some liberties in order to design the bosses, because of course you cannot have Darth Vader in every single level being the final boss, so they come up with a few interesting designs. Okay, so I jump over the spider again in order to despawn it, so I can just run here without getting run over it. There's another guy up here, this Dark Trooper. Luckily this guy's like drop some health, so it's gonna be very useful for me. Now this part is very straightforward. It's way more straightforward than the previous level. Here it's like just move with the elevator, just move it once, and then you can go to the next area. And here's the top. And now we're getting to the next boss fight at this area, which is gonna be an ATST. And I would like to be full health for this boss fight, because this can be a pivot role. It's also that guy. And also because before the boss fight there's a few flames here that can, if they caught you, you're gonna lose a ton of damage. Alright, so with this boss fight I just need to kill the turret here. And get another shield just in case. And now I need to take it down. One thing I'm gonna do here is that I'm gonna wait until it jumps, like this, because the dead animation while it's jumping is way shorter than when you kill it on the ground. So that's another strategy doing there. Alright, we found Princess Leia there, and now we escaped Hut, and we are now in space. And this is a bit of a break from the run, because this is much you can do here in order to go fast. quite like an auto scroller. So you need to wait for this. You need to wait for the TIE fighters to move ahead of you, and they show up on the screen. You have to kill them like right away. And the only thing you can do here to make this levels faster is just kill or destroy the TIE fighters before they show, and just as they show in the screen, like this. So it's like a 2-minute sequence, and where there's not much going on. And this difficulty in this level is a walk in the park. In higher difficulties, you need to be like more conscious of where you are flying, and you're trying not to run over asteroids and not getting shot by the TIE fighters. So I guess I can talk to you here about what's gonna come in next. And the next level is very important for the run because it's the level where we go to Dagobah to learn where Luke learned the ways of the Force with Yoda, and that also is very important for the run because we start unlocking Force powers. And those are gonna become very important for later in the run, especially for the final boss. 5 guys left, and we can just move on. Two more. Usually finish this level like around 2 minutes 11 seconds. And as I said, there's no way to do it faster. There we go. Now we're heading towards the Dagobah system. And as I say, learn the ways of the Force. So there are 2 main things here. One of them is gonna be our Force powers. We actually gonna grab the first one right away. We're gonna go drop here and grab one that's called Elevation. Elevation, as the name implies, allows Luke to fly through stages, literally. We are not gonna use it here because my Force bar that's in the upper right corner is not filled out. It's not filled, but it's gonna be filled for the next level, and then you're gonna see what exactly is Elevation. Elevation is cool because of this. I'm gonna use it here to just fly. And flying is important, especially in this stage, because you move, you walk through the level, and from the bottom, you produces a ton of lag. So flying like this reduces a bunch of the lag, and also skip a bunch of the enemies in the stage. So this couple of levels are very important because you grab more Force powers. There are Force powers that are very useful in the run, and it is very important that you grab them here, otherwise you don't have the chance to grab them again. Unless you use like the passwords and stuff like that. So you're gonna grab Force powers. Elevation is one of them. The other one is called Heal, allows you to heal yourself in case things don't go well. And another one is invisibility, which you're gonna see later. Alright, now the first strand around. There aren't many escapes or strands in this speedrun, it's mostly like movement, but this is one of them, because it's gonna make a boss fight go very quickly. So the first thing you do here is I'm gonna fly again, and this is gonna skip an auto-scroller that's in the bottom. And also reduce a ton of lag. And also, it's a setup in order to do one strat here. So here I'm gonna grab more Force powers. You need to grab all of these ones. You need to say you need like 4 in order to be okay for the rest of the run. Oh my goodness. These enemies never, they don't despawn, they start like blocking your way. So, super long Force. Oh, thank you. That drop was really lucky there. Super long Force there. Okay. So that's a strat here we can do. I need to enter the boss fight in a certain way by dropping in a certain way. Like this. I think I got it. Okay, one eye spawn. So what happened there is that you see the boss. There's a few holes there. Those are despawn because I entered the boss fight in a certain way, and you are supposed to despawn them because each of them you need to kill all 5 of them, like the eyes and the mouth, in order to start doing damage to the boss. So by entering the boss fight, you can just start applying damage to the boss like right away. And if it doesn't happen, you have to like kill every single eye. And as you can see, it takes a bunch of time. Usually, you lose like a minute if you don't despawn the eyes in the mouth. And you have to keep fight the boss in the normal way. When I used to play this game as a kid, and I was trying to like do trying to complete the game without getting a game over. This is the part where usually I got stuck because this game has a ton of HP. A ton of HP. I don't know why. It's like a huge roadblock in the run, in the game. And you are really screwed if you don't grab your force power-ups, and also you have like the level 1 blaster power-up. Alright, now we are in Bespin. We are again with Han, and this is one of the hardest levels in the run, in a speedrun manner, because there is a bunch of enemies that control you in this little stage. They start body blocking you, you take a bunch of damage and stuff like that. So, first we do the platform here. Luckily for us here, there's a bunch of health that you can grab here, so you don't die pretty quickly. Alright, so there are 2 enemies here that are gonna start following you, and you cannot despawn them. If you kill one of them, it's gonna show up and it's gonna spawn another one like right away. Just like here. Yeah. This one is really hard. Like you get body blocked very quickly. Okay, over here. There we go. Also, these elevators, they go up. And they go up, all these platforms go up when they want. It's completely random. So sometimes you can like go up very quickly, otherwise you have to wait as I just did. That's another layer of RNG that this game has. Alright. So yeah, kill management is very important here. You need to try to get to the end without having a good amount of health, because otherwise you're gonna die. So these guys can be annoying sometimes. That's an elevator. As you can see, it kills everything that's on the screen. And let's see if I can get one in the boss fight here, so I can show you what happens. Go up here. And I go here. Oh, I got lucky there. And you can see the elevator go up, or the platform went up immediately. And you have to wait. These are the shields. These shields, you don't take any damage from enemies for a period of time. They're also pretty useful. They're also very useful in the next level as well. Okay. So here, drop, and now there's this section. This is one of the hardest part of the run in order to go fast, because there's gonna be a little bit of RNG. Sometimes there's a few enemies that are gonna come out from the store, and just as you are landing there, they're gonna show up and gonna push you back. I got lucky there, nice. Sometimes they show up right when you're landing, they push you back, and you have to climb back up again from the bottom. Alright, so we're heading towards the boss of this level, and one thing that can happen here is that if you get a detonator before you enter the boss, you can like kill him right away. So I'm gonna farm a little bit just to see if I can get it, just to show you guys. A few tries. I can farm around here. Let's see if I can get him. Otherwise I can just fight him like straight up. No. The drop rate is like really low. You have to get like super lucky to get it. Okay, one more, and I can just keep going. No, I didn't get it. Nice. Okay, so I'm gonna fight him like normally. So I'm gonna use instead my bombs. Every character in this game has a sort of ability. Han has grenades that they do like AoE. Pretty much. So I can just kill and I can do damage to multiple parts of this boss, which I have no idea what his finger is. So, okay, and there is Lando. There we go. And now this is one of my favorite levels because we're gonna start playing with Chewbacca. And Chewie is really cool because he has a very useful ability. As I said, all the characters have a unique ability. Luke has the Force, Han has the grenades, and Chewie has what I like to call the spin to win, which is like a spin animation in which you don't take any damage. And also you can walk past enemies. I'm gonna use it here. I'm gonna make it past this part. So this one, the spin. So you can just do damage to enemies, and also you don't take any damage as well. You get like a few iframes, it's a very good ability. And I can use it in a couple of instances here to move without losing time. Like here, for example. Okay, so I need to jump over this lava. If I land in the lava, I'm gonna take a ton of damage, so I need to be careful. But if I get a shield here, I can like slide through it without taking any damage, and that's another RNG thing or random thing that can happen in this game. But so far I've been very unlucky with the drops. Like sometimes you get like every single enemy drops a shield or detonator, and sometimes they don't. Okay, this is the other thing that's annoying in this game, these purple things. If I don't kill them right away, they're gonna start following you across all the stage. And you cannot you cannot kill them until they open up. And when they open up, it's completely random. Sometimes they open up like right away, and sometimes you have to wait like almost a minute until it happens. There's a bunch of randomness in this game. Alright. I want to land there. I'm kind of low in health, but luckily there's a bunch of hearts here, and it's very important that I get to this boss fight with full health. I really want this thing to go away because they can start... Well, as you can see, this thing I cannot kill it until it opens. There we go. If I get Baron G, it can follow me all the way to the top there. Now we're full health. Cool. So now I came to the next boss fight, and it's very important to not try to land on the lava, otherwise you take a bunch of damage. So before I start applying damage to this boss, I need to kill like these 3 holes that it has. One of them is like down below here, and just kill it, and the other ones are here on the top. I think I destroyed all the screen, let's see. No, I didn't. Okay, so I had to wait one more cycle here. Okay, and now I can just damage to the boss. So that's the first phase, and now this little guy, the Dr. Wily, is gonna show up here, and I kill it. And now I can just go grab C-3PO. There we go. Nice. And that's the level. And now we're with Hank here. This is the carbonate chamber, the scene where Hank gets frozen in carbonite. However, here's a bit different. Because, as I said, they took some liberties in some of the boss fights.
so, to the point to make inanimate objects actually boss fights as well. Here we had to fight the carbonate chamber itself. Or before making through that, we need to like walk through this level. There's another thing of randomness here, like as you saw there, those things, or pipes kind of thing, they can froze you in the middle of the air. So you have to like unfreeze yourself by mashing your moving buttons, the D-pad. Alright. So this purple fist can knock you over, so I gotta be careful here. Also this guy, okay, he behaved. Nice. Okay, make it. Nice. Oh no man! He pushed me down. As you can see, also that's the thing with the purple fists, they can just knock you over. So I missed the cycle of the elevator there, so... But luckily I didn't lose that much time. Here's another one. I need to try to get there before it goes up. Otherwise I need to wait until it comes down, all the way down. So we're getting to the point with the run when even if... Wow, that's terrible random RNG. That can happen sometimes. It's pretty much like a bet, so to speak. Or you jump fast there, or sometimes you can get frozen. There we go. So now we are close to the boss fight here. And once again, I want to have full health here, because sometimes it can be very troublesome if I try to do this fight with very low health. So the pulver things here, also they can troll me inside the boss fight. I can just wait until they open up and can destroy. Oh, I got very lucky there. I wish I had an RNG in my runs. And now we are fighting the carbonate chamber, just like in the movie. I have a safe spot here. I'm standing in a place where 80% of the time they cannot hit me. Oh my god, I didn't get hit. This is really good. Nice. And now we finish. And Han didn't go frozen. This is a video game. Alright, now I'm more relaxed because even if I die here, the power-ups doesn't matter. It would be cool to have it until the end, but even if I die here, it's totally fine. You can finish this stage with the minimum, the bare minimum. Now this level, wow, it's a nightmare when you play this casually. There's a few very tough platforming sections if you play this casually. There's a few precise jumps you had to do, specifically 3 of them. This one's over here. Those ones are way harder than it looked. They're very precise. I used to die there a lot when I was learning this run. Especially this one, because it's an enemy here waiting for me up there. I need to wait until it jumps down. Or not. He didn't jump. I just saw it, so I had to kill him. So here we're gonna fight both Fett, and there's a strand you can do here to skip the first phase of the fight. Oh my god, I almost messed it up there. You got to enter the fight in a certain way. No, too early. Okay. If you slide in the right spot there, you can skip this fight and go straight to the second phase when you fight the Slave One, the Boba Fett's ship. But since I had the plasma, like the level 5 power up, I'm fine. These enemies go quickly. Nice. Here's Leia again. Alright, we're almost at the end now. Now we are playing with Luke. We are going towards Bespin to fight Darth Vader. There are only 3 stages and 2 less stages left. Oh, 3 stages actually. And this one is a nightmare as well. We had to kill 15 cloud cars, and they spawn in the places where they spawn is completely random. So if they spawn like that, for example, way up there, you cannot shoot them. Okay, I got luck. Unless you have a very good reaction, I guess. Okay. The best case scenario is if they spawn like right in front of you, because you can just wipe them very quickly. They also can spawn like below this this cloud, and the clouds there, they kind of look like water. And so you can take a ton of damage here, so it's pretty important trying to refill your health every time you kill any single of these guys. Okay, got a double kill there, nice. So the best case scenario is trying to not miss any of these guys. But in order to do that, you are pretty much praying they spawn in the right spot. And now we can just fly toward Cloud City, and we are going towards the final stages to fight Darth Vader. As I said before, the force powers that I grab and the Dagobah levels are gonna be usable here. If you didn't grab them, you had to do this stage is bare bones without force powers, which is a nightmare. But since we grabbed them, we can just go and start doing skips. The first one is go up here and just skip everything that's below. Sometimes the enemies spawn like randomly there and they can body block you. Another thing here, force management is very important. I'm gonna use a bunch of force in order to use Elevate and also to do another ability here. Oh. Jump here. Also, this is the part we start flying, we start fighting Darth Vader. I'm gonna slide. I'm gonna get behind his sprite, and I can start spamming my lightsaber, doing kind of our rave thing to apply a bunch of damage. Here is another power in order to like make it past those enemies without getting body block. It's very useful. You also can see it like in the final boss fight. Alright. And I'm gonna conserve my force here because I need to do a little bit of flying in order to go to the end here, which is here. Oh, it's a cool thing. O sea, it's not a cool thing. It's actually bad, but if you have to go up here right away. If you start flying below this part here, you can actually get sublocked because you cannot scroll the screen. Alright, so I'm trying to get behind the sprite of Vader and just do like the raving. I'm holding the attack button and just going spamming my movement buttons left and right. To do like a rave fast animation, and that deals a bunch of damage. Alright, we're getting to the end now. We're doing this falling. This is where you grab your score points. The score points are not really useful in the speedrun. If you grab a certain amount of points, they grant you 1 life. But aside from that, it's just for show mostly. Alright. So here again, I'm gonna use Elevate. I'm gonna fly. I'm gonna fly until my bar that's in the upper right corner reaches the C of the word force, and I'm gonna land here. Okay. And then I need to do another few jumps here. And we're gonna head towards the Darth Vader fight, and for the final boss, there's also an strat. Oh my god, that guy almost blocked me and made me fall there. Not gonna be bad. So Vader has a huge strat as well. You can just do kind of the same thing that I did in the... Nice, I got it. Awesome. Cool. What I see there is I just landed behind the sprite of Vader, and if I land in this spot, Vader is locked. He doesn't know what to do, so he started doing a swing and just jumping, and I can just apply a bunch of damage here. And I'm doing the Raven, as I said, because that applies way more damage to the enemy, to the boss, or quicker. So that's time.
Nice. Oh, nice. There we go. Cool. That's the game. So in the movie, Luke takes a beating. But because this is a game, this is a video game, we cannot have the main character losing in the final boss fight. So I beat Bayron, but I didn't because of lore, and because it's one more game after this. But yeah, that's the run. It's a very cool game. Out of the 3 games from the trilogy, this is the hardest in my opinion. It's more about movement, and also you have to do this deadlifts in order to go fast. That's like the hard thing about this run. But yeah, very good run. I'm gonna enjoy it. And that's it. So that's Super Empress Strikes Back. Thank you for having me. I'm gonna be running this again next week because next week, right in this channel, we're gonna have the Kessel Run, which is a Star Wars Team Marathon celebrating the May the 4th. So once again, I'm gonna be here running this game and really looking forward to it. Alright, thank you so much for having me. It was a blast. I hope you enjoy the rest of the marathon. Coming up next, we have a Mega Man vlog, so stay tuned for that. And thanks again. Hope you have a wonderful Sunday. See you.